Couches. Welcome in our final guest today, Kim Clear, Mill Creek Township Supervisor, back on the blue couches today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah.
I love being here.
It's always a pleasure. And you've got this great senior series that has gone on. You've been on to talk about the different events. This time you're focusing on scams and fraud prevention. So important with our seniors. It gets me. I mean, and so can you imagine how scary and how confusing it can be for our older seniors?
Yes, you know, and I think that we actually started the senior series about a year ago, and we actually started with the scamming and fraud because it was becoming so pervasive.
Yeah.
And so it was about a year ago, we had a room full of seniors, and I can't tell you about the stories that we had. I mean, the stories that they were bringing forward of things that they had, phone calls they received or messages they had on their computer and compromising situations. And I think that the most heartbreaking part for me is that our seniors felt embarrassed.
Yeah, sure.
Because it is, I mean, they don't want to have to call their family members, their son or daughter and say, I think I've been the victim of a scam.
But listen, it gets all of us, and you can't trust anything that comes into you anymore, which is a shame.
And that's really what we want to do. We want to, this is an educational series that we started in Mill Creek Township, but it is open to all Erie County residents. So, but we want them to come in and we want them to learn something. We also want them to have a place to gather and have some cookies and some coffee and things like that. But when we talk about scams, we are going to talk about some of the large scams that are going on right now, the telephone calls, the pretending that they are, you know, a granddaughter or grandson. It could be something pops up on your computer, please call this number.
The tolls, the PA tolls.
The PA tolls, that's another one. Yes, absolutely. And so we have new scams that have come out in the last year. One of our police officers, Patrolman Ben, is going to be talking to our residents, and he is the one that takes those calls. We've had over 100 calls in Mill Creek Township already this year. That's a lot, you know, for our residents, and most of them are seniors, unfortunately.
I think it's kind of easy to say, whoa, this doesn't sound right, but the one that always makes me just sick to my stomach is when they do the grandchild prank, because you fall for it, and that is, you know, you're not sure, and you're not for sure that your loved one isn't in trouble.
You're right, and you would do anything for your family.
That's right.
Like they really, I mean, I don't know how these people sleep at night, to be honest with you, Amanda.
Yeah, I know.
And especially, you know, doing something to our seniors. So we're going to give them tools on what they can do, what to look for. We actually encourage our residents in Mill Creek to call our office or call the station. We will send a police officer to their home, and we will take a look at whatever they've received, maybe in the mail or a phone call, and we will tell them, okay, this is a scam. Please do not respond. This letter is not accurate. You know, the fire departments, they do not call to get donations, and they will solicit via phone and try to get your information.
Right. But how do you know? You know, that's the thing. I mean, we always say, you know, the IRS will never contact you. But how are they going to let you know if there's a problem? Can you trust anything that comes into your house anymore? It really is, and it's not just for seniors. I think that it affects so many more. But I think that our seniors do fall prey a little bit more because it's not in their nature to say, I'm not answering my phone. You know, we all say, don't answer the phone, you know, just don't answer the phone, because if it's not in your contacts and it's unavailable, it's probably something that's no good coming your way.
That's right. Although they can change the caller ID now. That's what we've been finding, is that they will change the caller ID and it will say IRS on your caller ID, so you pick up. And then so you think it's legitimate that the government's trying to contact you to get their money.
It's a tough problem.
And here's the other thing we found. That yes, they will use threats, but the other thing they'll do is they'll try to gain your trust. And we had one incident last year where they gained their trust. It was 30 days of phone calls. They called them every day to say, oh, we're here for you, don't worry. Oh, now the bank's been confiscated. Oh, give us your information, we'll help you. And they felt like they were their friend. And then took money.
This is such a great seminar to go to, again, as part of the senior series at the Mill Creek Township. It is Wednesday at the Mill Creek Township building. What time? We can find a time.
Oh, I'm sorry, it's at 10 o'clock.
10 a.m.
All are welcome. We would love to have all of you there. You know, it doesn't matter your age. If you would just want to come and get information and learn more about the program and the seniors, please just come and gather and be with. I'm there. Come and hang out with me.
Come hang out with Kim. Again, it's Wednesday at the Mill Creek Township building. Thanks, Kim.
Thank you so much.
Great to see you.
Good to see you.
We'll be right back.